What's going on, guys? Cyn for the win here. We are back with our franchise mode as the New York Rangers. We're picking up where we left off here at the trade deadline. And a lot of you guys chime in about some possible trades to make. Now, as surprisingly to me, Andronov was one of the guys that was not as mentioned as Ho-Sang as a move. Some of you guys saying Ho-Sang should be the guy to be traded. And it's an interesting call for sure. Now he's had, 50-point season since he's come here. He's had some good production in the playoffs. But this year, pretty far behind schedule. I think he might be able to have like a 50-point year, but is he the guy? That's kind of the big question right now. Only 32 points in 59 games played. Not that that's, tiny or anything like that, but it's definitely not on a great pace. I mean, it's kind of on his normal pace. But people suggesting maybe we got like another guy who shoots maybe a bit more, can score a bit more. Maybe that would help Andronov out just like slightly more, because Shea on the back end can pass a good chunk. So instead of looking for an Andronov replacement, we can look for some kind of a more of a shooter type guy. I don't know, rental or someone who could be here for a while. There's Wallstrom, 87. I bet he's listed as first line though. Yeah. Unfortunate. If he wasn't listed as first line, I'd definitely consider grabbing him. But, yeah. Listed as first line, so I would like to deal with things on the block, so I'm going to check a couple teams here who I think might have... There we go, Crosby. He's on... Oh, he's got an extension. 3-year extension. Ugh. Okay, that's not great. I don't really want to pay that for 3 more years. That sucks. I was hoping he wouldn't have an extension. But he does. Damn. And he's also not on the block, but... Okay, let's go back. Whoa, what the... There we go. Where the heck was I? That's not Huberto. Yeah, nothing there really that I... No, it's pretty tough, actually. Yeah. No blocks, at least. So that's unfortunate. So we might have to deal with non-block players here. Now this is Adina. Not created, though. 84, 26, 2 years at that price. Doesn't really look like he's great. Doesn't look like... He doesn't take penalties. Doesn't take a whole hell of a lot of shots, though, either. So... Yeah. Not too good. Edmonton, you got Puljujarvi here. Again, listed as first line, so it's not amazing. I think Denisenko's, yeah, too good. Unfortunate. Again, if he was only listed as like second line. But first liner, he's going to want more money. Just too much. Might be even harder to find a winger here. I got Nino Niederreiter, who's obviously a rental type guy. 53 points in 63 games played. Playing on the first line, though, so bear that in mind. Yeah. Well, this guy's injured. Was he on the first line? What's he scouted? It says for... so maybe Nino's on there right now. And he wasn't the whole time. Because he's on the second power play still. 53 points. More production than this guy. Yeah, he was definitely on the first line. I'm just trying to check out who's their center on that second. Okay, this guy was on the first line. Okay. You know, they have 2 good lines producing, so. But this is like a pure rental type move. He does produce better, more hybrid. And shot-wise, 169 and 63. That's all right. What about Hosang? What's his shot total like? Wherever the heck I'm gonna go by overalls here because I've. Oh no, he's right here. Okay. 88 and 59. Yeah, wow, that's a lot lower. So that's a pure rental type move, and we'd have to have a replacement coming up. Now I don't know if Gore is gonna be jumping up that high, at least by next year. I don't think he'll be ready. We could look in free agency to grab someone back, which is obviously an option. But that would be a pure rental move if we made that. But I'll keep Niederreiter in mind because I kind of do like him. They don't want to give him up. Oops. Minnesota doesn't want to give him up, but I think he's an option. I think we could definitely grab him, and he would be a solid enough rental. So that's an idea. Ty Ratty probably too good. Yep. Again, I'd really like someone actually listed. They want to give up Tolvin, and way too expensive. I mean, we can get him to a better deal, but why do we need another left winger? Don't really need this guy at all. Just very interesting that he's on the block. Again, nope. Taylor Hall's signed until he's 41. I don't know what's up with the computers. No, I'd like to get someone like 85, 86. That would be perfect. There's Brady Tkachuk. Can't tell what he's actually listed as. He's on the second line. Similar-ish production. He's almost got 50 points already. And it says he's playing on that second line, so you'd think that he's 86 or 85. Because this guy's on the first line, second power play. Second power play as well, okay. He's on a very good contract. 5 years at that price. Takes him up till he's 31. We could play him on that right side. He produces more hybrid. Like, he does take more penalties. Lacks loyalty, but he's signed for 5 years at that price. 129 and 63. Doesn't take a whole hell of a lot of shots, though. We don't, yeah, and that would make 2 power forwards on that line. That's not as enticing for me. Nope. Therapy is a pure goal scorer. He's playing on the first line as well. Yeah, Pittsburgh, the only ones they really had was Gensel or Crosby, and unfortunately Crosby's extended. If he wasn't extended, I would definitely take a crack at him, but I don't want to pay that for a bunch more years. Nope. They want to trade Kagadorov. Which we don't really need. Damn, man. Okay, here we go. Jaden Schwartz is another maybe rental option. Kind of produces the same as... Oh, he's on the first line too. Nope. Tampa, they don't want to give anyone up. I mean, if we're looking for a winger... Oh, hello. Hold on. Come on. Oh, my God. Stupid contracts. Elias Lindholm, likely going to be listed as first liner. Doesn't even produce that well. What the heck? Where the hell is he playing? Second line. Yeah. All those guys are extended as well. Ugh. William Karlsson could play on the... I mean, that's a really good contract. It's listed as first line. He's not very good production-wise. And we're running out of real estate here. or teams to deal with is what I mean by real estate. God damn these contracts. It's not a whole lot of good stuff. I mean, Fabry, he's 30, 4 years. It's kind of like trading for the same thing that we have right now. It's not ideal. This Tristan guy, 1 year left at that price. It's a center. He's playing third line. Yeah, that is kind of it. And even on the center side of things, we already saw that there wasn't a whole lot in there either. So it's almost like a... If we're doing anything, I'm going for Niederreiter, I think. Man, this start button doesn't work. I got a new refurbished controller, and the start button didn't work. At least it's not the joystick, so hey. Alright, but yeah. If I'm going to go for anyone, it'll be likely Niederreiter. So let's see what this guy's done. Kind of the same sort of production that Hosang's gotten. Really bad team last year. He's on pace to definitely break that on a better team. Similar shot totals, almost at 200. How's he done in the playoffs? 11 points in 18, 13, and 16. Holy crap, he hasn't been in the playoffs for a while. Yeah, we're in freaking 26. Poor Nino hasn't had a chance in the playoffs, but when he has been in the playoffs, he's done pretty good. Yeah, shot totals are about ×2 the games he plays. So that's pretty good. But, I mean, how many of these was he on the first line for? You gotta, might be tough, but I do kind of... I do like what he brings. I like his power play production. It's got good giveaway takeaway. Not a big hitter or a big shot blocker. Hitting a lot more this year, though. Could be. It could be. Now, this is a pure rental move. We'll have to look into free agency to grab someone else. Now, we could also go for this dude, but he hasn't... I mean, what, 48 points? He doesn't get as many goals. We were looking for someone maybe who would shoot a bit more. This guy does mesh with any room, which is nice, but he's injured right now. I don't know when he's coming back. He's also played 2 extra games, or 3 extra games. No. Wait, 2 less. What am I talking about? But Niederreiter does score a tiny bit more. Which, if we're looking for that, then Niederreiter's our guy. But this is a pure rental move. And we'd be giving up Hosang for it. And we're either banking on that Gore will eventually take over that second line role, or that we could find someone in free agency, which is, you know, that's I think a risk we could take, because we have so much value. We could also make a trade for pretty much anyone to fill into that role. So I think if we're going to do it, then we pull the trigger on it. They want Hosang. Now, they don't want to give up Niederreiter, but we still might be able to get a little something back. Maybe any kind of pick. Let's see. Yeah, we don't have many picks this year. And we need to trade some guys, too. I know we got this franchise guy, I believe, is on his last year because he's 21. He has to be. So can we take anything back in this deal? Grab their second. I think that's too much, but let's try it. Hosang for Niederreiter in a second. No. I don't think there's any chance we get that second, but hey. Try to get a little something back. If not, then we'll just do it straight up, but... Now this is, like I said, a pure rental move. And... it sheds us of some cap, too. Hosang's on a pretty sizable deal. I just did that. Can I thank you. I don't know if we'll get any pick back, which is fine. I don't even know if this will go through as it is. It might not. If it... No, it doesn't even go through straight up. We'd have to throw someone else in. So yeah, this is a very interesting situation that we're in. Unfortunately, There's a couple guys, but we do have a bunch of those extra defensemen. You know what? Let's check on that. We have plenty of those guys who have created a bit of a logjam, and we might not need them. I like Helmerson. He's unsigned. What's he like? Oh my goodness, yes. Even though he's a righty. Unfortunately, all the guys they want are NHL ready, which makes sense. They're in the playoffs. These guys still have kind of ridiculous value for what they are, but this guy will take a while to get better. He's already 19, only at 56. Could honestly throw him in and really push it over the top. I like Helmerson. Another righty defenseman. I could give this guy up. Unless he's going to stunt on that right side. But we do have Karkner, who we're kind of using, who hasn't done great. I'd rather hold on to Barnes if I could stunt him to play right side. So there's really not doing much here. I'll put this guy in there. And that still doesn't go through. I mean, there's really not much we could do here. I mean, they don't want to give up Niederreiter for this kind of price. Right now it's a seller's market, and we are really lacking the assets. Now, I could just throw in one of those goaltenders and just be done with it, which you could argue that it seems reckless, but I think it's Fortier who can also be traded, or Bull, one of the two. Let me check their contract years. I know Girardi, I think, has to be traded, but we can move him for something by itself. I'm going to check their contracts real quick. I'll keep that in mind. This is a lot, especially for a rental. I'm not a huge fan of this. But maybe we could pick up extra assets that, yeah, Fortier and Girardi can go. Okay. Doesn't look like that goaltender is going to be anything amazing, so it's a lot of inflated value. We could probably grab back something decent, but we'll have to really make it worth it. And I just don't know how worth it it'll be. If we don't make it too far in the playoffs, then it really bites us. I do really am interested in this guy, but he's injured. And he has been on the first line, so I think Niederreiter's been on second for a lot of the year. So that's why I'm actually more interested in him. Sorry, if we're doing this and throwing in that freaking goalie, who doesn't look like he's getting very good. Already 20, 62. I mean, he could still develop into something really good. That's a definite possibility. They have Soderstrom. RIP. Alright, do they have any prospects that are pretty good? This guy's in the AHL. Don't know much about him at all. Don't know anything about him. Besides that, he's a medium elite potential guy. Center playmaker. Yeah, I don't really have great prospects by any means. And they don't have a first or anything like that. Not even a first in next year. They made tons of trades. So this isn't even the team to do that with. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I'm going to have to think about this because we can't really get Niederreiter here without giving up something that we should be able to get a lot back for. And we're in a lot of ways, we're SOL. Oh, you know what? I did just remember that we had this Alanin guy who's grown a crap ton. This guy could be our second line replacement in a couple years, for sure. And he'll produce definitely more hybrid. So, I mean, we could go over the top 4 rental right now with that in the bank, maybe. Or we could just not make that move. Because it seems really... I don't know. This seems kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? Like reactionary. It seems a bit too reactionary for my taste. Like I tried to throw in the Zubov guy. They didn't want that. I could throw in maybe a more B-level prospect. But now we're also getting into the elites. Okay, here we go. 59 at 21 as a center. This guy's actual garbage, and we can just use his value, and I won't even be pissed about it because he is actual garbage. Okay. Now give me back your friggin' picks because you love me. I'll take a second, third, and a fourth in this. I can get a lot more. I'll get a lot more. Fuck you, Minnesota. Let's make you suffer. Okay, so that's what we're going to try to do here. Get back a lot of picks as well. Yeah, I'll be cool with this because I'm getting back a bunch of picks I could probably turn into elites. I'm giving up an inflated value player. And this is a pure rental move. We do have Alanin, who will most likely be taking over those second line. Maybe even gets better than that, but at least for a long while he'd be a second liner. And a very productive one at that. I like that move. Yeah. Almost feel guilty. I almost feel guilty that you think at 56 overall, 21-year-old is going to pan out into a great NHLer. But hey, you know, do your thing. All right. Yeah, but didn't we acquire a quality player? You're telling me Niederreiter isn't quality? They didn't say anything, so maybe not. All right. So there we go. We got Nino Niederreiter. More of a veteran presence here. I don't know. Alanin may even be ready for second line next year. But we're going to see. Now, of course, we don't have Andronov back yet. We're going to wait until he's fully healed to put him back in there. And when he comes back, we're going to want to get a good idea of what he's capable of. I don't want to re-aggravate his injury. That's definitely not what I want. So I'm going to leave him out for sure. And I'll have to really redo all these lines back to the way they were. That's going to be the toughest part because I know I got weird guys in different places. Like in the, you know what I could do though? Niederreiter takes a few more shots so he can go in on the specials. Yeah, I'll do that immediately actually. That'll be something I do immediately. Andronov coming back, I'll have to figure that out. Probably do it off screen because it might take a while, but that is one of our trades. Now we still can move that franchise goaltender. There really is no use to keep him. Yeah, no use for him. I just don't even know what I want for him. Like, legit don't need anything. I could trade him at the draft if I see something I really want, so I'll probably hold on to him there. I'll have to sign him if I don't, but that's not the biggest deals. One of these guys can sit. That's the problem when you draft way too many good players. You start actually not knowing what to get for him, and you feel guilty about collecting all this amazing stuff. So I'll just wait on him. Might want to grab like a left-handed offensive defenseman. And maybe one of those exists. Okay, so I think that'll be the trade we make. There might be a few things we can get with some garbage things, but I'm not even concerned about that. We got 4 picks in that one trade, which doesn't put us up to 12, but we don't need 12 picks. So, all right, that'll be the trade deadline for us. We're 40, 20, and 3. Now we're going to sim up to the end of the year here and hope Niederreiter fits in. I hope that second line can get us some more production because that's really what we're after. We'll have a really better sense of it once, well, now. we'll have a much better sense of it. Okay, so Lazar's going to get scratched, and I'll fill it in from there. So Lazar's scratched. Gore goes down. Heel goes over. Anderson goes down. Andronov goes in. There's the first step. All right. There we go. He goes in here. And I believe... yeah, Niederreiter's a lefty as well. What's this guy been doing on power play? Only 3 goals. Only 3 goals, a lot more points. I don't even know. I guess I'll keep it the way it is right now. He's on the first power play unit though, so. But a lot more of an assist guy. All right, where the heck else did Andronov go? Did we want him penalty kill? Maybe. I could do something like this. Put him on the top penalty kill unit. And he's got really good face-offs, and that'll actually help us quite a bit when it comes to the penalty kill. I mean, it should. Getting possession, I don't know. In my mind, it should work, but you never know. I said I was gonna do this off screen, but it's not taking a whole lot of time. Whatever I'm trying to say. All right, now we are just about done. Who the fuck was Gore in there for? Gore's in there for probably Hosang. Yeah, like my top 3. How's Niederreiter? Yeah, I like that. Okay, good enough. There we go. All right, so now we got our team back. Now we will see. So Andronov's only got 13 points in 30 games played. So he's got 13 points. Niederreiter's got 54. Let's see how they do. Mainly Andronov. See how he does with an extra shooter, or a guy at least who takes more shots, who can also produce, you know, assists. He's more of a true hybrid. We were hoping Hosang would be a hybrid, but he turned out not to be as much. He had some years where it looked like he could be, but all in all, he wasn't. Oh, rip. We don't have a depth defenseman now? Grinder. Have fun. Alright, well, we haven't lost a game since the trade was made. That's always a nice sign. Okay, then we got shut out 5-0. But we'll bounce back here, right? Yes, we do. 2 wins to bounce back. Pittsburgh, what are they looking like? Oscar. Yeah, of course he has. Of course he has. No. We're not quite done with the injuries. Did my settings get reset? Are we at like 50 slider again? Oh, he's back. Cool. He's probably still partially injured. Doesn't look like it, actually. It's going to tell me he's back now. Yeah. Way ahead of you. There we go. Another solid win. Now Niederreiter facing his old team. But before we do that, we're checking out some scouting. And it was multiple offensive defensemen this year. Only one lefty. Loyalty is a concern, but incredible drive to win. Great puck mover, heavy slap shot, shutdown ability. Like, this is the guy I'm thinking of. Righties I'm not as excited about. They're fucking most of them are righties. Because, of course, when you need something, you're not getting that something. Now, this guy's ridiculously good. And the fact that he'd mesh well in any locker room is incredible for any team that grabs him. But we have Jilson, we have Bird. We're weak on the left side. So this is what I'm thinking I can move the franchise guy for. The franchise goaltender, someone like this. Now, it doesn't say incredible offensive instincts or anything like that, but it doesn't say it for this guy either. Loyalty is a concern is a bit, well, obviously concerning. I don't like that he has weak teammate utilization. That's actually not good, but yeah. I mean, you could also just not be concerned about righty-lefty and play this guy opposite side, which wouldn't be the worst thing. This guy is ridiculously well built. And our scout has great inside track onto that, but let's see what else is here. Nothing confirmed into later part of the first or any later rounds. And a bunch of maybes of low elite variety. Well, Scouts got some time. We shut out Minnesota. Get wrecked, Hosang. Come on, man. March 27th. So many injuries right now. Pulled groin. Quentin Byfield. Wonder if I put in what's his name. No, that'd be stupid. What, he had 13 points total, right? Yeah, he's got like 2 goals, 3 assists. But I mean, in that span of time, wasn't that many games. So it looks good, but now we got to break up that frickin' chemistry. Or maybe we don't. If I moved up Anderson. Oh yeah, we still got Neves. Lazar's got 72 face-offs. That'll be okay. What is not okay, though, is missing... I actually might put in Gore for the rest of it. Because Gore's got some pretty damn good offensive stats, and he produces very similarly to Byfield. This one, obviously not. And we're also missing a penalty killer right now. This is a lot. This one I could have used, what's his name? No, wait, Heedle's already in there. I'll try Chistov. This one I'll do Heedle. And my goodness, why were you having so many injuries this year? It's a bit concerning. I thought we were done, but clearly not. Cool. And he'll be back really soon too, but I don't want to drop any games or anything like that. We won those 2. I really want to give this team as best of a chance I did. That's why I didn't mess with the first line at all. Lilia's fully healed. Was he even out? I don't know because of, no, he wasn't. Okay. Just how many, the sheer volume of injuries we had this year is ridiculous. All right, 2 losses right there. Not great, but Byfield's coming back, so yay. Alrighty. I hope that's it. I hope we're done with injuries. I don't want any more. I'm really over it. I'm really over it. Alright. Now just a few more things, and we're good to go. I might just leave Andronov in there in the 4-man. Okay. So now I'm tempted. I don't know, but it does seem like they were producing. Like that was a really small sample size that we looked at when we were looking at Andronov, but it looked like it was a good sign. It looked like a little bit more percentage of production when I took a look at it. Could be wrong. It could be not that much, but I looked at how many games went by. 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5. It looked like he was almost point a game throughout that stretch, which is amazing. Man, we're shutting him out. Defense and goaltending looking really good. The whole team's looking really good. Could have a 55-win season here. Well, I say it every time I say it, we lose. Okay, we do have a 55-win season. Let's stop simulation so it doesn't go crazy on us. And we're facing New York Islanders in the first round. But I don't have Soderstrom anymore. I don't think. So, yay. All right. Well, what an end to the season. Let's see how we did the whole year as a team. I think our goals for jumped way back up in that little stretch. Not way up, but it did jump up. 3.16 goals for, goals against 2.16. That is a great ratio. If you're ever separated by one full goal between these two, you're in a good spot. 26.8% on the power play. Penalty kill 85.4, so Andronov does fine in there. 31-9-1 on home ice, 24-15-2 on the road, 7-3-0 in the last 10. We just absolutely blew apart our division. Division wasn't very good, let's be honest, but we blew them out of the water. Not good enough for presidents, though. We're never good enough for presidents. Not that that really matters. It's just rip. We're still in really good shape. Incredible shape. We have the best goals for in our division, as well as the best goals against. Actually attempted to see where we land in that regard in the entire league. Now, obviously not up in the top for goals for. Goals for, we're in third. Goals against, we're in first. We're the best defensive team in the NHL. I like that. Power play wise, second best power play team. A team who didn't make the playoffs was the best power play team. Hilarious. Penalty kill wise, we're the second best penalty killing team. So we're up there for almost, we're in so many of these major categories. We're up there. That's really good for us. Jack Hughes ended at a point a game. He was well behind that all year. All right, well, Jack Hughes did a thing. 47 goals, 83 points. Patrick Laine, 27 goals, 52 assists, 79 points. If only Laine could do this in real life, and he wouldn't be on such a horrible cold stretch that he's on. Now, Niederreiter. What did he come in here with? Can't remember. Hold on. Where is Andronov? 24. So he got 11 points in 18 games played. This guy's a 0.5 point per game player. So, well, that's over the entire year. Remember, he had 13 points in 30 games played. That 12 or 11 and 18 is solid. That's where we want him to be. So it's a small sample size, but it seemed to have worked better. We could even get Niederreiter back for one more year if we really like how he does, and it doesn't look like he's going to decline. That's definite option. 211 shots, too. I mean, that's perfect. He's getting a solid amount of shots out of him. Anyway, Byfield ended with 62 points. Definitely not his best year. But still, he's a 60-point scorer, and when you're only paying a guy that amount, this guy is still a ridiculous steal. He's a perfectly utility guy on that first line. He's good defensively. I just love him. I just love him. Anyway, Elias Anderson had a 54-point year. Kravtsov had a 50-point year. Morgan Eichel didn't quite get the 50 points, but he did have over 20 goals, 24 and 24. I'm not even that concerned. No, I'm not. I think that's still a solid year from him. I don't know why his shooting percentage is so low with that shot. I think it has to do with his offensive awareness being only 84. I think that means like the time you choose to shoot to, but that's why he's a second liner. And I think he'll remain a second liner. Just if that gets up just a couple more points, so 86, 87, we could see 30 goals out of this guy for sure. You know, for being a 4th overall pick, it's pretty good upside. Anyway, Hedl had a 20-goal year as well, 45 points. Kind of ridiculous how many good players we had. Gore had a 28-point year. He got a couple points on the power play when he was on there. Andronov only 2 points total on the power play. I like how our depth forward played more games than Andronov. Almost everyone's a plus who was an actual player. So that's good. Defensively, we took a big hit to our defensive production this year. But Shea kind of filled in the gap. I was kind of hoping for both defensemen to produce sort of like this 40, 45 point years. Bit of an off year for Heiskanen, but like it's like when Heiskanen was producing, Shea wasn't getting a whole hell of a lot. So that was the only downside, but great plus minuses from everyone. Yeah, really good. And goaltenders, this is where, oh my goodness, yeah. I was going to say, this is where we're going to see. Oh, he didn't quite get 60 games played, rip. I'll have to check by 50, but look at that. Look at that. Roger Slumko, he's coming into his own. And the amazing backup Manning, who we have to an entry level and we're going to use until we can't use him anymore. Wow. Pretty ridiculous. 31 points in 24 games played from a backup. Yeah, that's good. And Chistov was a rookie, as was Karkner, but no one's going to be taking home any hardware. Yeah, so 11 points in 18 games played. I need to figure out, I don't have my phone, and I don't want to get it up just to, if someone wants to do the math on that and see what kind of point per game that is, 11 and 18, then we can get an idea of perhaps what Andronov could do with someone like Niederreiter. It's obviously not a guarantee, but we didn't change their lineup. You know, remember when we had the injury to Byfield, we brought up Anderson, and we switched things around in that regard. I didn't want to touch that second line because I wanted to get at least a feel for it. And it's bugging me that I can't remember how many points Niederreiter came in here with, but what are you going to do? All right. Oh, what am I doing exiting? We got to check out the NHL. Herpity derpda. Let's go. Entire league. Tyler Seguin, 100 points at age 34, 55 goals. Looking like he'll be taking home some hardware. Probably all of it. Yep. What the hell, Brad Marchand at age 37 gets an 88-point season with 50 goals. Oh my goodness. Well, there's Jack Hughes, tied for 5th in goals scored. A lot of points to go around. Who's the assist leader? Morgan Frost. Badass name. He must have changed potential, yeah. Alright, plus minus leader. Uh-oh. The Dabois. Didn't get to 99 overall. Rip. Well, looks like the Columbus Blue Jackets have a really good line right there. Then the Senators, part of the Senators, have a really good line. Us, on the other hand, we didn't have as good of a plus minus as we usually do. Interesting. All right. So Denisenko took the most shots. Marchand shooting percentage is really good, but Tyler Seguin, I think, has him beat, definitely. Oh, yeah, easily. Definitely. I don't think anyone's going to catch Tyler Seguin. Who's the most clutch? Seguin. Roughly 1 in 5 of his goals were game winners. A little bit less than that, but yeah, math. All right, power play goal leader. Seguin tied with Bob Gallagher. Total power play point leader. Kygedorov, McKinnon, then Seguin down there. Seattle's got a pretty good top power play unit. All right, let's see who's got the shorties. Tyson Jost with 4 shorties. Impressive. Probably with the most shorthand points too, yeah. All right, now defensive stats. Oh, hello. Who's this? I think Barkov's got him beat though. Vernarski. Two-way forward, drafted in 2018, 3rd overall. That's one of those fake guys, isn't it? Yeah. That's like one of the, you have to have another draft because expansion draft. That's interesting. He actually got really good. Solid player. What did he do in the season? 60-point score. And a great defensive guy. Cool. But not quite good enough to take that Selke, though. I think Barkov's going to win that again. I don't think anyone else is getting close to him. Unless he's got really lackluster plus minus. It is a -6. But he's also on a shit team. Matthews was also minus, and he's kind of next in line. Besides Vernarski here. I still think it'll go to Barkov, though. because of that face-off percentage. He took a lot more face-offs than Bernarski did too. Look at that. Oh, he had a lot more time on ice per game. Probably a penalty kill. I still think it'll be Barkov because he's actually playing the penalty kill by the looks of it. Yeah, I think that's hands down Barkov for the Selke. I don't think anyone else comes close. Defensively, Cale Makar. Out of nowhere. Par Ekholm, too, out of nowhere. What the hell? He's an elite now. I'm thinking of a different... Oh, I'm thinking of Par Lindholm. Yeah, he's pretty good. Oh my goodness, he's good. He's only 23 as well. And there's Hot Sembacho. But Cale Makar led in points. Someone guessed him a couple of years ago. Guess he hadn't panned out yet. Or maybe they did more recently. But he's looking ready. Lean and mean. In his prime now. On a pretty solid contract. 70 points. But when it comes down to will he win the Selke, that's a tough call. Because there are definitely other things taken into account. Although, it's quite hard to say. Yeah, I don't know. I think he should win the Norris. But depending on how much this game values plus minus, he might not. So we'll see. But now the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to go to... Well, I was going to go to 50. There we go. 50. Who the fuck is this guy? Johan Bankston. Who the fuck is this guy? Alright, new challenger has entered. He's a franchise goalie. We didn't draft him. I didn't draft a guy down there. He's gonna get some stat growth, I know that. He started as a franchise, didn't turn out to be a franchise, but he's gonna get stat growth, so he might as well be a franchise now. What an insane year. I mean, I don't think anyone could have guessed that because he literally came out of nowhere. Where's Carter Hart? Carter Hart had a great year last year. It seemed like he was on the up and up, and then, well, it looks like Philly's just bad. Holy, who the hell is this guy? Anyway, there's Schlemko in kind of third. That goals against is ridiculous. He played 3 extra games and then 5 less goals against. Well, that just screwed up everyone's guesses. But now you know about him. Even if I showed all the teams every year, no one really would. People guessed he would do that good. I mean, I've literally not seen him up here. I would think I would recognize the name. I scroll through this enough, but I don't think I've ever seen him even close to being up here. So, one-hit wonder, Johan Bankston. Lucky he's already signed to a deal, or else he'd get like 15 million from this team. Goodness, but got to give it up for Schlemko still. Only his second year as a starter, puts up numbers like these, 42 wins. He only had 3 less wins in 5 less games played. 10 shutouts too, yeah. I can't even give it a tie to anyone because he's just miles ahead of everyone. Like, save percentage is better, goals against is better, and then he's got those 10 shutouts. Like, I'm looking for something that I could make it closer for certain guys. Schlemko's save percentage was more up there. Like, we can maybe consider giving him a tie. But even so, 6 less games played, 1 more goal against. It's ridiculous. Bankston just did... Yeah, it's gotta be Bankston. No, wait. Bankson. Fuck it. Whatever. Ridiculous. Still ridiculous. Out of nowhere, man. Rohan. That's such a dope name. Rider of Rohan. What? Okay, yeah. I was like, why isn't it showing anything? Anyway. Only took 99 shots. Ugh. What kind of player type is he? Playmaker. Alright, we'll see. We'll see what the Minnesota can do with this guy. No, he's elite. Pretty good. Is Bankston a rookie, though? no, doesn't look like it because those two guys were not him. Rip. No rookie. Oh wait, Manning's a rookie. Yeah. Will he still be a rookie? 24 games played, is that enough? Who knows? Anyway, we're done with that. Let's go back and check out the fun stats, and we'll get into the playoffs here. There they are. Alright, hit leader was Mateo Sawyer on the Leafs. Not a lot of hits, only 179 is the top guy. Alright, and how about fights? Oh, hello. Jack Sparks, a defenseman. 21 fights. Russell Rawlings, another defenseman, with 18. Those two guys are on the Eastern Conference. They probably tilted a few times. Then after that, not too much. But at least it's a decent chunk. I mean, you know, we got guys with like 5 fights. Then it drops off, but hey. Alright. Good stuff. Okay. On to the playoffs we go. And we're taking on the Islanders. We got to get out of the first round, obviously. That's the main goal. I think we should be able to. You never know. But Keller, Barzal, Lafreniere, Connor, Laus, Bladder. That's pretty solid. Oh my goodness, they are deep. They have 3 really good lines. Those are really solid. 4th line's not bad either. Defensive core is where we can maybe have them beat out, but... And then they have no... Oh, well, here they go. They're going to get cheese. How'd they even make it to the playoffs? That guy only played 27 games, so is he even the starter? Oscar Donsk. How the fuck did they even make it to the playoffs? They made it in by the skin of their teeth. That's how our division was so weak that they made it in. Okay, well, we're not going to get overconfident, but I don't see any reason why we should lose to this team. I think we're much better. I think our 3rd line's better than theirs. I think our 4th line's better than theirs. Our defensive core is better than theirs, by far. And our goaltenders are better than them. Both of them. So, on paper, we should be able to beat this team. We'll see what happens in the sim, though. I'm really worried that we're going to suffer some of the same things we did and not get enough depth scoring. It cannot be all in the first line. We have to get depth goal scoring. So get it done, Rangers. Let's go. Game 1. Home ice advantage. We lose 2-1. Okay. Down 0-1 in the series. Let that be a fluke. Come on now. That's that grinder who I wasn't using. Oh my god. 2 games to none. We got goals, we just couldn't keep them out of the net in that one. I'm not switching it. I'm not fucking switching it. Unreal, dude. Lost in overtime. Alright, 1-1 to get back. We gotta win all 4 and lost in overtime. So we're losing 5 to this fucking team. I don't know how we did that. I really don't. I don't get it. I don't understand it. They have no goaltender. How are they keeping the puck out of the net against us? They have no defense, no goaltender. That makes 0 fucking sense. I don't understand it. Andronov, 2 points in 5 games. Morgan Eichel had 1 fucking point. I don't get it. I really don't. Schlemko didn't do good at all. Dansk didn't even do that good, but he did better than our guy. Like, I don't... How the hell did they beat us? Like... Well, it doesn't really matter how, it just matters that they did. So we get eliminated in the fucking first round once again, which is awesome. And I didn't switch anything because How? What do I do? This team is freaking brilliantly put together in my eyes, but apparently not. It's just where I thought we could get scoring, we didn't get enough. I mean, when you look at it, it almost does look like enough that we got. I just don't get how they shut us down the way they did with their goaltender and with their defensive core. And we couldn't win the close games either. So once again, 3 years in a row. 3 years in a row, we get kicked out in the first round. So there's obviously something instrumentally wrong. Don't know what the hell that is. Honestly, I'm confused. Schlemko didn't do good. Like, that's a big issue. I don't know why he didn't do good, but he didn't after the year he had. Pretty unfortunate. Did better last year, but still. 2 overtime losses, like, I mean, we were there, but still. To lose against that fucking team doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't. Like, look at them. Look at their team compared to ours. Like, what's the point of us having that kind of defensive core and goaltender? If this team beats us. If a team with a 79 overall goaltender can make the playoffs and beat you. 78, sorry. 78. If a 78 overall goaltender can put up these numbers. With this defensive core. You can't tell me this is a good defensive core. This is a trash defensive core. Absolutely trash defensive core, and they somehow did good. This guy's the... No, his stick checking's low, his awareness is good, sure. But come on now. You're really trying to tell me that this team is better than ours. And not like, hey, we can squeak out a victory in 7. No. They beat us in 5. It honestly doesn't make sense to me, but it's what happened, and there's obviously something deeper wrong with this team than Hosang or Andronov. I don't know. They don't produce in the fucking playoffs is what I am seeing right now. Like, every game we're in a position to win. Every single game that we lose is 1 goal difference. We could have won that. We could have won that. We could have won any of them, but the overtime ones especially. We couldn't get the big goals. The tables are completely turned if we just get those wins. Holy crap. So I'm honestly at a loss again. I don't know. I don't know. The team is designed to play well, and they did play well. And then they get into the playoffs against a team that there's in no way, shape, or form should lose against, and we lose. So I don't know. Is Andronov still butthurt about ice time? No. So that's at least good. We found out somewhere he could work, but he's also got 2 points in 5 games. Eichel only had 1 point in 5 games. Niederreiter had 3. That's good, but then third line should have had more. The way they played all year, like, they play one way, and then we get into the playoffs, and it's just completely different. Hell, our top 6 defensemen were the best ones, technically. How? Look at the way these guys are built compared to them. It's ridiculous. We have incredible defense. Who somehow just choked? Or was it all Schlemko? Who the hell knows, man, but... I mean, I guess you could blame Schlemko on that a little bit, but I'm not going to put it all on one guy. We had overtimes. Every loss was by 1 goal. Can we even call it a fluke if this is the 3rd time we got eliminated in the first round? I don't know, but we've got to get back and win the cup here. There's something severely missing, and I need any and all ideas to help me figure it out. Because, yeah, it's interesting. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Remember, leave that like, and I'll see you in the next one. Watching my videos just isn't enough sin for you, be sure to go over there on Twitter and shoot me a follow, and you could even join our Discord server as well to talk with some of the other sinners out there. The links to both are in the description.